That's a groovy button. What does it say?
All right, the button says, I'll talk, you listen. Okay, Professor, give with the latest episode number.
212 green.
What do you mean, 212? Professor, try again, Professor.
47 plaid.
Would you believe? No, try episode. What comes after 3, Professor?
7A.
No, that's the wrong song.
You mean, let's see, 2 plus 7.
Carry the knot.
You're right, that's 17. Negative 20 integers divided by 7. Oh, it's 4.
Very good, Professor, very good. Only took you, what, an hour and a half?
Do I get a cookie?
No, you don't get a cookie. You gotta give me a cookie.
Do I get a button? Well, I'm Al Bigley.
And I'm Alan Williams.
And it's time for,
A brilliant idea.
Well,
That's what we need, a brilliant idea.
where are we going to get that? Mickey.
Save the Texas prairie chicken.
Mickey.
Save the Texas prairie chicken.
I've got it. I can't think with this bulb hanging over my head.
The Texas Prairie Chicken Home Companion.
Isn't that dumb?
And with that, we welcome you to episode 4 of the Texas Prairie Chicken Home Companion. And this is Al Bigley, better known as Brewster Bentley.
And I'm Alan Bentley Brewster Williams. How are you, pal of mine?
I'm good. Welcome everybody to another installment of the fun-filled, fabulous Texas Prairie Chicken Home Companion podcast.
It's amazing. I can't believe we've actually gotten to 4 because I didn't think we were going to get through with 3.
Oh, well, 2 was the long one, remember. 3
That's true.
was not bad, although making that video, which you can still see on YouTube, was quite the lengthy endeavor.
I've heard of tedium, but that's ridiculous.
Well, imagine how the audience feels.
But before we get started, we want to take time to wish you and everybody that's listening out there, whether you celebrate Hanukkah, whether you celebrate Christmas, whether you celebrate Kwanzaa, we want to wish you the happiest holidays. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and Happy Kwanzaa.
Festivus for the rest of us. Serenity now.
Who is this person?
That's right. Happy holidays to everybody. Hopefully this will be out before Christmas 2016, if not Christmas 2017. So it's appropriate for everyone.
Absolutely. Well, it's nice to see you again. It's been a couple of weeks since you and I have got together, and I understand you have some very interesting topics that you'd like to discuss amongst the masses today.
Yeah, one of my topics is peanut butter. You ever wonder why they don't sell peanut butter in like those big drums, like the big steel drums, and you like take the wrench? Oh, and Monkees topics. You give me that hand signal.
PB&J in a drum.
Right. Mustard mayonnaise. That's for you Mr. Show fans out there. No, I was listening to, of course, what else? Ken Mills' Zilch Monkees podcast, and this was when the gang was reviewing Pisces Aquarius, and the folks brought up Cuddly Toy, which we all know what that is, of course. Mm-hmm. And somebody mentioned an incident that I kind of recall, sort of, and that's that Mick Jagger, in the late 60s, under fire for the Rolling Stones' very explicit lyrics for the time. I mean, listen to Satisfaction, and yeah, that's pretty explicit. He said to some of his critics or some of the censors, like, "Can you do Mick Jagger?" He said, "How come the Monkees get to do that? And they don't get any fire?"
Why is it that the Monkees get away with Cuddly Toy and we don't get away with Let's Spend the Night Together? I mean, really?
That could also be Keith Richards. We record and still have. Anyway,
That's Keith Richards.
Right,
Flatline.
exactly. Sound like you just had peanut butter stuck in your mouth. Speaking of peanut butter, no. I seem to remember hearing that, and of course we all know why they got away with it. Of course, it's Davy doing his little soft shoe, and it's a little tinkly jingly song. And until you look at the lyrics, that's when your jaw drops, and you're like, "How did they get away with this?" But wouldn't that be something if that happened? I guess maybe we should research that before we start talking about it, and we can still research it. But I think that's very interesting. That
Truth be told, I've actually never heard that before. But I was not the biggest Stones fan growing up, you know.
Right,
all right.
Yeah. But you know, you can see Mick being aware, because he's always been aware of all types of music through the different decades. So I wonder if he really said that and said, look at what these guys are singing about, and they don't get any fire, and we say, you know, I can't get no girl reaction, and you know, we're banned on 7 radio stations.
We'll never do the Ed Sullivan Show again.
Right. Baby, we couldn't get much higher. Here's another thing I wanted to bring up real quickly. I'm kind of sort of a Jerry Lewis fan. It's kind of a love-hate relationship, like most American males. If I were French, it would be a different story.
Oh, nice lady.
No letters, please. And one thing I'm going to give to you is a DVD I've been watching recently. It's Jerry and Dean on the Colgate Comedy Hour. Early on in the team's career, the team's relationship. But I am now convinced that Mickey Dolenz took all his comedic timing and his faces and his mugging from Jerry Lewis. And if you look at Jerry, I mean, imagine Jerry being scared. Of course, I can't do this audio-wise. Ah! Right. Thank you. The monkey scare. The old monkey scare. You scared the dog. It's all taken from Jerry, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I've had this little epiphany, like, look at that.
Well, it's funny that you should say that because Peter, in the very beginning, has talked about when he first met Mickey, it was all Reader's Digest type.
Mainstream.
It was right out of the Reader's Digest, and Peter has said that Mickey has developed his sense of humor over the years, so it would not surprise me at all because, let's be honest, there hasn't been an original thought in Hollywood since 1927. Everybody rips off everybody else. So, I can't think of if you're going to mug somebody, if you're going to take their facial expressions and everything, I wouldn't think twice about Jerry Lewis because the fact he's
the master.
He's that good.
He is. I'm a big fan.
I mean, and that's, well, I won't go down the Animaniacs road, but that's a different story for a different time.
Think of Mickey's face when he does the "Isn't that dumb?"
Isn't that dumb?
It's Jerry Lewis. Yeah, it is. And when somebody, his magic fingers get slammed, that's Jerry Lewis. You mentioned 1927. Oh my God! Did you see that Clara Bow? Did you see her legs? Recently.
I always looked. I was a Ziegfeld man myself. I always loved the Ziegfeld follies.
Somebody said they could sell me pictures of her legs today. I don't know how they're doing that, but I don't think I want to know. Another thing.
I think she would be a little bit bony today, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, some of us like bony. Don't get me started. I need to be alone again. No, another thing. There's a segment, of course, Jerry and Dean did musical segments. Mm-hmm. They did, you could argue, some of the first music videos, although like Mickey says, what are plays, Broadway plays, whatever. They're all music videos.
Well, if you remember, very few people, well, I don't know how many people will remember this, but Jerry Lewis actually had a top 10 hit called Rockabye Your Baby with a Dixie Melody.
Right. That became his song for a while. But my point is, on one of these Colgate Comedy Hours, Jerry is lip-syncing to a certain wacky song. He seems tired of lip-syncing. What does he do? He starts to cover his mouth, and he starts to make it very obvious that he's singing to a record. Much like a certain somebody else.
Oh, you mean the fact that he can't remember he can't remember the exact
you can't
scat,
remember.
I can't remember anything.
Take
the exact scat ad lib that he did in no time.
This isn't. Well, no, yeah. This is Jerry doing a very simple song, but he's doing all that. So I wonder if Mickey, that was a big influence. I'm sure it was. Who wasn't influenced in that period coming up?
Of course. Mickey
was such a little ham. I'm sure he saw every Jerry Lewis movie. Mm-hmm. But that ends my random topics. I just want to bring those things up and send them out there. If people want to chime in on that, you can do so on our Texas Prairie Chicken Home Companion Facebook page or our Blogspot page or any place you find us on the internet.
Absolutely. And also, don't forget, we did start a YouTube page. Go to YouTube and check out, search Texas Prairie Chicken Home Companion. There's an 18-minute excerpt from our last podcast that now we decided to try to convert to a video to see if it's a way for us to reach out to more people. So if you take a second, go out there, check it out, do us a favor, whether it's positive or negative, leave us a review or just mention on the Facebook page that you saw it.
That's right. It's a lot of fun. It's supposed to be the visual companion to what we do here audio-wise, kind of like a...
Wait a minute. Yeah, you mean like a TV Parts Home Companion version of the Texas Prairie Chicken Home Companion Monkees podcast?
I'm getting an idea. Yes, there you go.
Be careful. He's liable to sue for copyright infringement.
Yes, he is. Anyway, let's move on to today's topic.
All right. So for the main topic to discuss this week, we have always been a fan of Headquarters. But you and I have talked that there are some changes I think that Screen Gems didn't make that they should have made to make Headquarters, and I can't help but wonder if they didn't do it consciously to prevent Headquarters from being as big of a success as the first two albums, just to say, you can make your own music, but we'll show you, we're still in charge of it. So,
well, one thing I believe you're hinting at is the fact that no singles were released from it. Now, we have to keep in mind, too, Headquarters hits during summer reruns time, so there may have not been that synergistic push. Where's that thesaurus again? Do you have it? This is my turn, my week to have it. No, there may not have been that push to really have a single and have a big hit that ties in with the show, and the show could hype it. Now, growing up, of course, in the 70s, I saw the Summer 67 reruns. They had Forget That Girl and had Girl I Knew Somewhere. And to me, it's weird to see them with those songs from the first two albums. Because how many times can you have I'm a Believer plugged into the video romp? You know?
True. I also think that we talked about this. The biggest mistake that they made was being cheap. And I'll explain why. Because a lot of you, if you've listened to the Headquarters sessions, and I know all of you great fans have that, the Monkees single that never was has always been All of Your Toys, written by Bill Martin. And I've heard Chip Day, and since we plugged the Monkees Hour last podcast.
Right. Still working on that,
by the way. They did an interview with Chip, and he talked about that. And I can't remember the guy's first name, but the guy who owned the publishing rights, his last name was Tickner. For Eddie Tickner or Charlie Tickner, something like that. And he knew that the Monkees wanted it. I think Nez wanted it especially because it's a really great pop tune. And he basically played chicken with the Monkees, and the Monkees blinked because they said, "Nah, we don't need it." To me, that would have been the essence of the way the Monkees were. It was a pop tune, but they could record it her way. I'm glad that we got to see it on the last tour with Davy. They finally broke it out. Because it's a very good pop tune. I'm not sure it would have been on top for 7 weeks, but it would have given I'm a Believer a run for its money. The other thing was they left The Girl I Knew Somewhere off the album, which to me was a slap in the face. Because if you look at all the songs that are there, other than For Pete's Sake, I think The Girl I Knew Somewhere was the best pop tune, even though it got released as the B-side. It should have been the A-side off of Headquarters.
What was on the other side? Words? No.
No.
That was Pleasant Valley Sunday.
No, that was the B-side. That goes back to the story that Nez told that he was going to quit if the B-side of Little Bit Me, Little Bit You wasn't
his song.
So
sitting in the car,
that's right.
You're about to witness history.
Phyllis,
Phyllis?
If I hear the first lyrics if I don't hear the first lyrics of Girl I Knew Somewhere, we're done.
If it's some Davy song he recorded with Kirshner up in New York City,
I'll go New York City. No,
I'm going to go join the Birds. I'm telling you right now.
Now wait a minute. We dispelled that rumor in the very first podcast.
See how tricky I am? It's like Marvel Comics with the asterisk box. Like,
of course.
See Amazing Spider-Man number 42 for that, True Believers.
See the Texas Prairie Chicken Home Companion podcast number 1 for that, Mythbuster.
That's how you're going to spend your afternoon.
That's right.
Now let's talk about All of Your Toys, the great lost monkey-made song.
I don't know. I don't understand what Lester was thinking. Not being there, I don't know what Mr. Tickner was asking for or what Lester was willing to pay for it. But, I mean, if I was Mike, I'm going to go in there and say, Charlie, I'm going to give you a half a point of my stuff to get it. And it's like, if Mike believed in it that much, why didn't he step up and try to get it? Or was, Tickner's price just way too high? But thank goodness that, Andrew and Rhino found it and then he gave it to us on Missing Links 2.
Actually, it's one.
One? Okay.
Yep. Now, I think you're a little more impressed with the song than I am. I like it a great deal. It's very Monkees-like for that period. But to me, it almost feels unfinished. It feels a little rough, and I know it is, because this is a band that's just been, woodshedding.
Well, again, it was their first. It was their very first recording sessions
as
together.
A foursome, yeah. But I've always loved Girl I Knew Somewhere, because that is a poppy tune, but it's adventurous. I mean, it doesn't quite fit into. I mean, yes, it's got the Monkees harpsichord, but it doesn't sound like another retread of Last Train to Clarksville. It's this thing that is,
or it doesn't sound like a sped up version of Teardrop City.
Right. It's this thing that exists on its own almost, which is exciting.
Which is your favorite version, Mike's or Mickey's vocal?
I like them both. I think I got to go with Mickey, and I love on the Headquarters handmade set all those wonderful versions. And maybe the remix for this should be my remix of Girl I Knew Somewhere. Because they gave us so many wonderful versions of the run-throughs and the practice sessions, and there are things I'd never heard before.
But it's interesting, and that's talking about the Headquarters Sessions CDs. That's one thing I really like. When you're listening to them doing when you're listening to laying down the background tracks for especially All of Your Toys, you hear what kind of a musician Peter is, because he throws in that little glissando there. What's that? No, man, don't do that. It's too fancy.
I had a glissando for lunch 2 days ago.
Was it meatless?
It was meatless, a little Italian place. Special order. No, it's all good stuff. Do you think Headquarters would have been better with those songs? Let me ask you this. Do you think the guys, once they're doing Headquarters and in the thick of it, do you think they look back and said, we've come a long way just making this album, let's not include especially All of Your Toys because we've progressed even from that?
No. I think it did. I think Screen Gems did them a disservice by not including. See, we talked about this. If I'm going to remarket Headquarters, I'm going to take out Mr. Webster, and I'm going to take out I'll Never Get Her Off Her Mind. I Can't Get Her Off of My Mind.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm going to insert Mickey's version of The Girl I Knew Somewhere, and I'm going to insert All of Your Toys.
Yeah.
Now, to me, if you're going to release it as singles, there are two schools of thought. I would have released All of Your Toys, backed it with oh Lord, just went blank. I'll Spend My Life With You.
Yes.
Because I'll Spend My Life With You is probably the best ballad on there. Then
nice.
I would have re-released Girl I Knew Somewhere as an A-side and back it with For Pete's Sake.
I don't think I can argue with that. Now, I'm like you. I don't care for Mr. Webster. But I don't have a problem with Can't Get Her Off My Mind because you got to have the Davy number, the Soft Shoe number, and it's not that offensive and that light. But every other track on there, I think, is a winner. I mean, and the Zilch group was talking about how much Mike dominates Pisces Aquarius, and I thought, well, doesn't he have the same amount of material on Headquarters? But if you think about it, he only has, you told me.
He's got You Told Me, You Just May Be the One, Scroungy Girlfriend, and
that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Mickey once again dominates.
But by the same token, if you're talking about taking out I Can't Get Her Off of My Mind, you have Early Morning Blues and Greens to replace it, which is maybe the most underrated track on the whole album. It's a beauty. I mean, I've really grown to appreciate it a lot more.
Yes. Somebody was talking about again on another Monkees podcast how as he grew or as he grows, when you're 10, a guy talking about how he's disappointed with life.
A distant night bird mocks the sun.
Disappointing him. It's like, I don't drink coffee. I'm 10, and then it's different when you're 25. It's different when you're 45. Yeah.
So,
but most music should grow like that.
But that would be what I would do is to take out Mr. Webster and take out Can't Get Her Off of My Mind, and then put those two songs in there, and then go forth with the two singles, because I think, and I can't help but think nowadays that Screen Gems basically did that on purpose. They said, you want the creative control? It's all right. We'll still screw you. But, I mean, that's just one man's opinion. So
here's an interesting little fill-up about Headquarters, and somebody pointed this out, either on another podcast or somewhere. It's the summer of 1967. Here's Headquarters being kept out of the top spot by a little album called
Sgt. Pepper's.
Right. So somebody once said, the two top albums vying for the top spot, one is by a group, the Beatles, pretending to be a different group. Mm-hmm. That was the conceit of that album.
Yeah.
And they felt a little more adventurous under that umbrella. It's the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. What is next to them at the number 2 slot?
A television show about a rock and roll group trying to be a rock and roll group.
A band desperately wanting to be a real, something. The four guys who weren't supposed to be this, and yet here they are trying to be this band.
Yeah,
and they
absolutely.
were succeeding. Don't get me wrong, but it's an interesting.
But
way to look at it.
It's a very interesting dynamic there. But I can't help but think, and with nobody being around from Screen Gems anymore, we might be able to ask Chip at some point if we ever talk to him. But I just can't help but think that Screen Gems said, okay, yep, go ahead, do the music. We'll make sure that it gets buried. Because, like I say, if they had paid for All of Your Toys, that would have been the single, and it would have cost, I could see it easily selling 500,000 copies.
Sure. And
increasing the album sales by 500,000. So,
on the strength of the Monkees' momentum alone.
Yeah, absolutely.
They could do no wrong. We could sing Happy Birthday with a beat and sell it.
Donnie, we could sing Happy Birthday and sell 1 million records.
And Donnie said, that's a great idea. Let's get in the studio. Think today how different everything would be. Like, it's always amazed me how Bert and Bob were just like, they were in like another department. Like, whatever you guys want to do, we'll support you. We just need music for the show. Yeah. Today, every I would be dotted, every T would be crossed. There's no way any misunderstanding. The minute Mike starts making noise, they would make him stick to that contract.
Yeah.
Hotel walls left intact or not.
True. Well, it was like, say, it was a much.
Right.
It wasn't.
There wasn't.
They were changing the way the business was done then, because if you hear all the stories about payola, you hear, and Mickey has said you had to pay the right people to get your music played.
Sure.
We totally circumvented that. I mean, you've got this half-hour commercial for songs and an album every Monday night.
And you had to play it as a DJ or a record
right.
station.
That's right, or otherwise your ratings drop.
Right.
And can you imagine KHJ, the real Don Steele, not being able to play a Monkees record?
It's a balmy 42 degrees. We're going to have a big contest. Win Mike Nesmith's used socks. If you can tell me how many times Davy Jones has used the term girl in the song. Over to you, Tack Hammer. And Charlie Brown at the airport greeting Paul Revere and the Raiders are coming in for 4 fabulous concerts. They're coming off the tarmac right now. I think you said it, but what are your picks if you could go back in time and be in charge for the single off Headquarters?
It would be, the first single would be All of Your Toys, backed with I just lost it.
Ding.
I'll Spend My Life With You. There we go.
What about a second single?
Second single would be Girl I Knew Somewhere, back with Pete's Sake.
And see, that's the big head scratcher too. At what point did they know they were going to use For Pete's Sake for the closing? Because I mean, come on, this is now. It's not just in a Monkees episode. It's now that song. It's basically
it's
prolific and that visible.
I mean, the only other single I would consider making the B-side rather than For Pete's Sake is No Time. Yeah, because I mean, alternate title Randy Scousket was going to be more popular in the UK because it was more about the UK,
and it is so unusual.
So,
yes, my pick would be. I know this is kind of Monday morning quarterbacking and all that, and looking back with hindsight. I love You Told Me. I know it's country rock, but to me, that's just a wonderful song. That could have been a single backed with the strength of something like Forget That Girl that has Davy's push behind it.
No, I see what you're saying. Yeah, and You
or
Told
vice
Me.
versa. It'd probably be vice versa.
You Told Me was a very good song.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, we do have to kind of get Davy in there too. So maybe back All Your Toys with Forget That Girl or Early Morning Blues and Greens.
Right. It's the same thing you just said with putting a little bit me, a little bit you, which was backed with Girl I Knew Somewhere. Well, at least we got the strength of a typical Davy pop number.
Well, if I remember correctly, the original backing, the one that Kirshner released in Canada, was She Hangs Out, was the B-side.
Got him in trouble.
So yeah.
Double Davy.
And they fired me for no reason. I don't get it. That's why I sued them for $35.5 million.
I made them $1 million. I was great. Mike Nesmith, for some reason, had a problem with me. He put fists through walls. I don't know. I gave him gold records. I just handed him $1 million check.
I would have respected him more if he'd have refused the check.
Right, he took the check. Next thing you know, I was fired. I went off and created the Archies. 17 billion copies of Sugar Sugar. I guess we know who was right and all that. And the Monkees, where'd they go? They went into nowhere while the Archies were the biggest thing. This is Don Kirshner. I didn't need to
This
do
is Casey Kasem thanking you, Don Kirshner, as always. Now, on with the countdown.
Okay, have you said enough about Headquarters? I love the album. I love Pisces Aquarius more. Not going to get into asking where you rank albums because that gets really.
There's been a lot of that on one of the groups, and I can't remember if it's Zilch or not, but
it comes up every night. People bring it back up.
If you were to play, would you put Good Times in the 3, 4, or 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, that kind of thing? So that will lead me into another topic for another time about Rhino. So that's another.
But great album. I like almost every song on it. One of my big regrets is if you listen to the Monkees Handmade release, where you hear lots of early run-throughs of these albums and whatnot, these songs. There's a great early run-through of Forget That Girl where they were trying to give it a Supremes Motown feel. And you can still hear it in what they released. But, of course, now it's more poppy and more...
That brings up something, and there are a couple of non-songs that didn't ever get finished. Or the History of Rock and Roll.
Right.
But the one that got me, I don't know if it was a jam session, but it started off with a lot of echo, and it's the piano going bim 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 bim, and then they start playing the bass, and then Mickey comes in, tries to kill, and then loses it.
Right.
I mean, I enjoyed that. I mean, I would have liked to have seen where that could have gone, and I don't have the listing in front of me, so I can't remember what it was.
They did one called Fever, which is actually on my iPod. I love it so much, which is more of a bluesy type thing, and then there's a few others.
But that was it the Story of Rock and Roll.
Right.
That would have been interesting to see where that went, but yeah, but Headquarters is a great garage band album. Always will be.
Yeah.
Always be one of the best.
Like Peter says, it's a little tinny here and there, but It's a young.
Well, when you
eager-
consider they were doing 4 tracks, they only had 4 tracks, and they had to try, But
Love the album. Never been a real fan of the front cover. Love the back cover.
Mm-hmm.
I remember getting it in the early '80s, getting Headquarters finally from a guy that had the albums not in great shape. I was happy to have them, and actually looking on the back and even yelling out to my mom, "They're playing their instruments on the back cover."
now, did you get one with or without the beard photo?
No beards, because I didn't even know the history of it. I just thought, here's a Monkees album that's not a greatest hits, which is what we all had back then, and it was just interesting to see. Oh, by the way, they're actually playing on this album. They have a little liner note about it. And now the front,
Mickey.
right? Now the front cover is very, a little too bubblegum and sunshine.
Of course
for
it
me,
is, but I'm sure Screen Gems had something to do
yeah,
with that. So.
it might as well be just them waving in front of a backdrop. But
At least it's not the JCPenney clothing.
I kind of like more of the Monkees, the cover better. I like the Monkees debut album cover.
All right, so that concludes our discussion of what we would do with Headquarters. So feel free to
I didn't sound right. Let me tell you what you can do with that album, buddy.
Feel free to comment on the Facebook page. It's like say people don't tell us how well we're doing, so we don't know whether we're being an abject failure or we're rocking their worlds. So
people aren't sending you. You're not getting mail with money and
No.
naked pictures and marriage proposals, and it's just me.
It's just you.
Oh well, boy.
Oh boy. All right. Now,
Wow.
as is always,
Why do you think I'm doing this?
for the notoriety? That's what it is. You want
that's
to be
right.
famous.
Want to be rich and famous. That's a Davy song from the 70s, wasn't it?
All right, so we can have Robin Leach do the lifestyles of the rich and famous live and direct from North Carolina with Mr. Schneider Bigley. All right.
These two podcasters broadcast in luxury. I can't do them as well as you.
No, you can't. So don't even try.
Jolly good show.
Now,
Yes, onward.
onto my favorite portion is Al's remix,
Ooh.
and this is one of my favorite songs. I've always been a fan of the television show version. It took a long time for me to come around to warm up to the Headquarters version, because I've always loved the double bass and I've always loved the guitar on the TV version. And I have to be honest, this is petty, I know, but the way that Mike sang the phrase "You just may be the one" on the TV version versus the Headquarters, I went, Mike, that's not the way it's sung.
And you just may be the one.
Yeah, so I understand. If I remember correctly, you've combined both of those versions on this remix.
I've combined everything I own into this remix, every song ever recorded. No, this is a remix I did a few years ago of You Just May Be the One, because I also I think the TV version shades out the Headquarters version just a bit, and I do like the Headquarters version now. I think it's unique on its own.
I actually like the double bass in the
great.
TV, because when you listen, it's great when you listen to the Monkey the deluxe version of the first album, and you hear them recording the backing track for the first time. That was when I finally wait a minute, and I read in Andrew's book that there was the 2 basses. Okay, well that would explain it, because it's like.
And
what did I know
what
about
recently
recording?
came out, to me recent, but something recently came out where you hear Mike conducting that session, and he's trying to explain, stretch that note.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it.
You guys need a couple minutes.
Let's
work
do a
that
take.
out.
No,
That's
it's
right.
fair, man.
Let's roll.
Y'all need some time alone. We're rolling here. Time is money. What I do is I took the TV version and I tried to play with the bass a little bit. It's doubled, it's extended. You hear it come back in the song at inappropriate moments. No, hopefully appropriate moments. Because I love that bass line, and it works throughout the song.
Where are you guys sliding to?
Now, I also lengthen the song by adding another go-around with the middle bridge there, which I think is both this version and the Headquarters version have wonderful harmonies. I've always loved that. So once again, when I added that to the second part, later in the song, I've added hand claps, there's added cowbell, drumming.
We need more cowbell.
Everything's better with more cowbell, I always say. And I think I just strengthened the bass
That's it.
everywhere in the song. I just
That's it.
brought that to the forefront
Let's roll.
and just had fun with it. And really liked it. I grew up thinking we never have some of these TV-only songs in stereo on record or compact disc or
Like the original Valerie.
Right.
or the original I'll Be Back Up on My Feet.
Which we still don't have as an official stereo release, if you remember.
True, but again, that's another discussion for another time
Right.
because
You don't like that
you and I differ on that one.
I see the veins, and you're turning a little green. Any excuse to break out my Hulk music and my...
Ever-loving Hulk.
Wait, that music. Oh, you're going way back. I don't remember those 60s things. Why am I on this podcast now? So here it is. Here's my remix of You Just May Be the One. Not You May Just Be the One.
Wait a minute, I gotta give it the real Don Steele, KHJ, 96 KHJ. This is the latest Al Bigley remix of You Just May Be the One by the Monkees.
93 KHJ.
Bright as the sun. Someone to understand them, and you just may be the one. All men must have someone who would never take for granted all the pleasures and the fun. Someone to stand beside them, and you just may be the one. I saw when you walked by, the love light in your eyes. I knew I must find you when you more than ever planned. I started getting all the pleasures and the fun. Someone to stand beside them, and you just may be the one. I saw when you walked by, love light in your eyes. I knew I must understand them, and you just may be the one. Someone to stand beside them, and you just may be the one.
Can we do another for the bass? One more, please. Another for the bass player? Yeah, please.
That right there, the You Just May Be the One, that may be one of my favorite remixes because I play it all the time. I play it all the time. It's one of my favorites because I just love the bass on it. Go because you've taken the bass off that where John London is practicing. So now we hope you all enjoyed the Three Little Fitties surprise last time.
And if you haven't listened, that's in the
third
number
podcast.
3, another callback. There's still time to listen and enjoy.
Absolutely.
That was Mickey Dolenz in a rare performance from 2000 in Columbia, South Carolina. Him and Coco performing a song from their childhood.
Yep. So this week we're going to move up to 2000. I take that back. 2000.
Right, 2000.
Davey was on the road plugging his book. I'm not sure if it was I don't think it was They Made a Monkey Out of Me. I think it was the third one that he wrote.
Not Mutant Monkey Machine.
No, the one after that, because he wrote Daydream Believers, I think is what. Yeah, right. Daydream Believers.
Which really is a revised Made a Monkey Out of Me, if I'm not incorrect. But yes, it's hard to keep up because he kept coming out with different incarnations of those books,
And he was in an appearance in Nashville, Tennessee, and appeared on a program called Through the Mixing Board. They talk a little bit about everything, and then Davey drops this little jewel on us that he has redone Daydream Believer for a movie featuring a Spice Girls-like girl group from Liverpool. Now,
My favorite was always Baby Spice.
Yeah, I was more of a.
Let me guess, Ginger.
Yes.
I
was
know
a
you
Ginger
too
Spice,
well.
yes.
I know you too well.
Couple of reasons why, but that's another story.
Couple of
time.
reasons. Go look at those legs.
You're
You're not looking at her legs.
This remix is quite ear-catching if you had never heard this before. It is available through the Grateful Dead-like recording sharing system that we have here as Monkees fans.
Oh boy, do we!
But this is unlike any Monkees remix I've ever heard, including "Walk This Way," the Run DMC version. So I'm not "Walk This Way." Mary Mary. I'm
I was
sorry.
about to say, like, what? That's a Monkees song? Where have I been?
Brain fades.
I missed that memo.
The brain freeze is still not stopped.
Can you imagine Steven Tyler teaming up with Mike Nesmith?
Walk this way. Well, he actually did a country album earlier in the year, I believe.
That's true.
So, but this is a typical Europop 2000 rehash.
Put yourself
remix.
in that mind frame.
Put yourself in that mindset, because if you don't, you're going to look and go, what? You're going to go, all Hank, what the hell?
That's
And
pretty
it's
good.
like, yeah, it's like, thank you there, Boomhauer. Bobby, if you weren't my own son, I'd hug you.
Just come out as monkish thing, all this monkish stuff coming out of Mike in the green hat and the whole thing. Now you just may be the one. I'm listening to it. I'm going, yep.
All right,
yep,
Boomhauer. All right, so, but again, this is taken from the radio program in Nashville, Tennessee called Through the Mixing Board, and this is Davy Jones' Daydream Believer 2000.
Sweep Japan as well as the rest of the world in the next few months.
Daydream believer. Cheer up, come on, cheer up, cheer up. Here we go. Daydream believer. Daydream believer. Cheer up, cheer up, cheer up, come on. Daydream believer. Cheer up, cheer up. Daydream believer. Oh, I could hide 'neath the wings of the bluebird as she sings. The 6 o'clock alarm would never ring, but it rings, and I rise, wipe sleep out of my eyes. My shaving razor's cold and sting. Well, now you know how happy I can be, and our good times start and end without $1 to spend. But how much, baby, do we really need? Cheer up, cheer up. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? Daydream believer, cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer? You once thought of me as a white man on the street. Now you know how happy I can be. So cheer up, come on, daydream believer. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Come on, daydream believer. Yeah, cheer up, sleepy Jean. Break it down, come on. Cheer up, sleepy Jean.
Well, as they used to say on the old Hee Haw show, wouldn't that button your zipper? That is, it's different, but I think it's really cool. I like a lot of the stuff about the song.
After listening to it, a part of me has died, and yet a part of me feels reborn.
2, 3, 4.
What makes you think that was a joke?
Oh, okay.
I feel...
You feel remixed.
Strangely renewed.
Okay. Well, we'll leave it out there for them. So if you've never heard this before, drop us a note on the Facebook page. Tell us what you think. I give it a B+.
I will refrain from any grade. I'm not sure. I think I need to listen to it a little bit more and digest it, even though I've had it for years in my collection.
I also like the fact that he integrated the girl group, and I forget what the name of the group is, but he incorporated the girls in the group in it to sing along as backups.
Well, if nothing else, it's interesting. It's something most fans haven't heard. We like to bring you rare treats like that. We have tons of them. We have a lot of treats coming up in future episodes, so keep listening.
Yes, I've done a lot of digging. I've done a lot of culling. There's that word again. 4 straight episodes.
Culling. You see, you learn, and your vocabulary grows with these Monkees podcasts that we do.
And that's one of the things I wanted to do, is to kind of separate us from others, is to play these unique things. I mean, I have there's a Mickey Dolenz single that I've never heard before. I don't think it was on Ian's 7A MGM stuff. And we've got a lot of concert stuff that people have never heard before. And I'm still working on the NES 91 Atlanta show.
Wonderful. Wasn't that 92?
No, it was 91, 92. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think 92.
But yeah, it was.
I was drawing for Marvel back then.
There's some really great stuff on there. I mean,
very good.
So, and I'm working on it. I'm working on the version of Tomorrow and Me. We actually have 2 versions of Tomorrow. This one and the one from the Movies of the Mind, if you've never heard. I mean, the first time I heard that Tomorrow and Me from the movie, because that's always been one of my favorite Nez solo songs. Sure. He never responded, but I sent him 2 paragraphs on his Facebook inbox, and it was just wow. So, but yeah, we've got a lot of very interesting stuff coming up, I promise.
Yes, we do. So hang tight.
Well, that just about wraps up another laugh-filled riot episode this week of the Texas Prairie Chicken Home Companion Monkees podcast.
That's a mouthful, isn't it?
It is. But
that's what Davey said when he met that girl group.
But I've got this atomic powered diaphragm, so I can power it out anytime I want to.
Speaking of atomic powered, I want to hear more of your Adam West. I cannot get enough of your attempts at TV's Batman.
TV's, oh Lord. I promise, I'll work on that next time for you.
I was expecting an impression today.
Well, see, it's just that I'm basically parodying Adam in this.
Well, they say that all the guys who do Shatner, they're doing...
Oh, you mean the William Shatner? Pause for no reason. That's the Kevin Pollak.
That's it.
Pause.
Everyone's doing Kevin Pollak doing William Shatner. But
I'll do your Adam West. I promise. I'll work on it a little bit.
You must sound like David Brinkley on sedatives or something. I was wondering.
You mean David Brinkley? These people do not want to hear me do stupid impressions, Mr. Bentley Brewster.
I watch your newscast every night, Mr. Brinkley, for news on any dastardly criminals.
Good night, Chet. Good night, David. And good night for NBC News.
All right, that's good. We want to thank the usual suspects. We want to thank Ken Mills for his help. You don't even know the amount of help that the Podfather has lent to this.
Especially from the technical side, because of the fact this is, as I said, this is only our 4th podcast. We're still learning. Al is the driving force behind the technical side of it. I basically just prop a few things into Adobe Audition every now and then. And
he's selling himself short, ladies and gentlemen. He does so much.
I am standing up.
But no, Ken Mills, the Zilch podcast people. If you haven't heard their podcast, go right now and listen.
Although, do me a favor. At the end of his podcast, he plays commercials. Tell him you want to hear the funny commercial that we did.
Right,
he hasn't played that yet, and it's really pretty funny.
We did a funny commercial and a so-called straight commercial, and both are wonderful. But no, it's a great podcast. We want to thank
I think all the great authors out there. Melanie Mitchell.
If you haven't
Andrew
read her
Sandoval.
Monkees Magic book, or Monkey Magic, I got it at the convention in 2014 and read it before even landing on the plane ride home. It's a wonderful book. And what's interesting about her, she's fairly a new fan. So she brings a new perspective to the Monkees and the show in a way that makes you think, I never noticed that. And I couldn't notice that because I didn't think there was anything right there to look for.
Well, it's funny, and I feel bad because she sent us a copy of the script from the pilot when we talked about it, and I have not had a chance to look at it yet.
And I also have, it's funny you mention it, I've got a few scripts I've won on eBay that I want to do a script to screen comparison of. I think, gosh, I can't remember what it is. It's more of a middle, like Monkey Mayor in that period, that middle period, but that'll be fun. And we want to thank the Monkees themselves. We want to thank Rhino Records.
I want to thank Andrew Sandoval, our godfather, because if it weren't for him, we wouldn't know half the stuff we know today.
I'd like to thank Mary Ellen and John Boy and Grandpa and Grandma.
I'd like to thank Jack, Chrissy, and Janet.
Well, I bet you would.
No, seriously.
Good night, John Boy.
Good night, Mary Ellen. We want to direct you guys, let you know how to get a hold of us. The main way is our Facebook page, the Texas Prairie Chicken Home Companion Monkees podcast page. It's easy to find. You guys have been great. We have 253 likes so far, but we want to increase that, so that's why we're begging you. No, again, we're not begging you. You can also find us on blogspot.com. Search Texas Prairie Chicken Home Companion. I also want to plug my partner's website, Bigley, Bigley.com. A comic book artist extraordinaire, has some original work on there, has some great things. If you're into comic books as well, check it out. You won't be disappointed.
Thank you.
Also, don't forget the YouTube channel. Search Texas Prairie Chicken Home Companion. There's our original hello video, and then the 18 minutes of the hour and 15-minute podcast that you put the pictures, which when you told me how that went, I went, whoa, wait a minute. We're going to have to rethink this a little bit. Check it out. Tell us what you think. If you'd like to see us do something like that, let us know. Please, we'd like to hear. The feedback has been positive to a certain extent, but it's been a little bit sparse. So we welcome your feedback. Just either send us a message. We're very good about responding on the Facebook page, or just drop us a post there, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. And we welcome all constructive criticism.
That's right, and any criticism whatsoever. If you want to hear something, if you'd like to hear less of something, I won't take it personally. I know what you're saying.
All right, if you want to hear less of the impressions, just tell me and I'll stop.
Can you tell that really Adam West is my only impression? He's my go-to impression, Boy Wonder.
Sorry, the brain is on. I'm sorry, I've got the 7-second radio brain delay on, so yeah.
I didn't say anything obscene, but
it's
for
just,
once I didn't say anything obscene.
That's citizen. That's how my brain works. It's
Chances are.
Johnny Mathis.
I thought you were doing Johnny Mathis.
Johnny Mathis.
That's pretty good. Okay, thanks everyone, and seriously, let us know. Let us know if the podcasts are too long, if they're too short, if you want to hear more of this, less of that. If you hate the remixes, we can take it. We're adults. I usually don't cry. If I do, it's
we put on our Monkees under rouge just like everybody else does.
And if I do cry, it's 5 minutes maybe, 6 minutes tops.
And you need to clean your tear ducts out every now and then. Anyway,
it's healthy, they say. All right, this podcast was intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. All original content of this podcast is the intellectual property of the Texas Prairie Chicken Home Companion staff of Al and Alan. Licensed under Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivations 3.0 Board of License.
I have intellectual property.
Yes,
people have been telling me I'm a dumbass for years. I don't know where this intellectual property comes from.
You don't have much more, but you have some intellectual property.
All right.
All the contents and names are copyrighted and trademarked by respective holders.
Which means they belong to their owners. We don't have any control of them. We don't own any of this stuff. We're just sharing it. If we need to take something down, tell us. We'll remove it.
Please and thank you. Yes,
thank you.
We're happy to do that. We only talk about this stuff, and we present little tidbits for your entertainment and enjoyment. No money is made. No money changes hands. I was only joking about the amount of money and naked pictures I get through the mail from fans. Well, the money doesn't come in.
Of fans, by fans, for fans.
Thank you. See how he puts everything in a nice little nutshell, nice little bundle.
That's right. And as always, this is Alan Bentley Brewster Williams.
And this is Al Bigley, known locally as Brewster Bentley, saying,
reminding you to save the Texas Prairie Chicken.
Here we come, walk down the street, get funny.